So this model has been on the market since around 2016 when Herpa released this model, but I only recently decided to get it. Was it a good decision or not? We'll find out now. So with that, hello and welcome to a new episode of Review, where we today will take a closer look at a Boeing 787-9 of Saudia. At the front of the box we have the cutout so we can get a glimpse of the aircraft model inside, and on top of the box we have the Saudia branding. And then on the back side of the box we have a lovely image of the aircraft in real life, and we are provided with a web link by Herpa where we're supposed to get more information about the model, but I checked the link out and it doesn't work anymore. It will simply just refer you to the main web page of Herpa. So here she is, the Boeing 787-9 in the current livery of Saudia. Now, the main reason why I was holding off on this model for so many years was that I was just not sure if Herpa has actually managed to get the color scheme right. Because Herpa has released quite a few Saudia models, and many of them, when you look at the livery, the colors vary quite dramatically. When we compare the colors of this model with the colors on the image from the box, I'd say, yeah, they have nailed it. But I have been looking at quite a few images on the internet, and I would say there is maybe a slight discrepancy, but it also very much depends on what light you're looking at the model or the actual aircraft in real life at. So I'm willing to give Herpa the benefit of the doubt and say if they haven't nailed it 100%, then at least they're very close. Now, enough talk about that, let's take a closer look at the model itself and see what details it has to offer. We started with the tail section where we on the vertical stabilizer have the Saudia branding. Then on the fuselage we find the full registration code of the aircraft and the Dreamliner branding. At the very tail of the aircraft we then also have a little bit of detailing around the APU exhaust. At the front of the aircraft we then across the fuselage find the writing of Saudia both in English and in Arabic letters. Then we also have the flag of Saudi Arabia. Underneath that we have the IATA logo. We also have a SkyTeam logo of which Saudia is a member. And we have a little A, that's the last letter of the registration code. The cockpit section is as always rather basic, where we do have the marking around the radome. We have the window wipers for the cockpit windows printed on, and on the other side we can also see we have the emergency hatch just above the cockpit windows printed on as well. The engine nacelles have been kept in all white but do carry the Saudia branding, and we have the lovely silver leading edges. Then we can look here at the chevron nozzles. Now, we have definitely seen this pulled off better, but it is a notoriously difficult detail to pull off, and it is not a current release, so I think we should forgive Herpa for that. And you might find this model where the chevron nozzles are pulled off perfectly. Just take a particularly good look at this detail to make sure that your model is perfect here. And then if we look into the engines from the front, we can very nicely see the engine fan blades. Then we should also take a look at the wings. If we start here with the top side, we can see the different flaps, slats and spoilers have been carved out very nicely, but that's about it. No markings, nothing a little bit disappointing in my opinion. The underside of the wings, also nothing spectacular, but we do have the full registration code of the aircraft once again. Where I can't really complain is the landing gear. I think Herpa has done a very good job with that. The only thing I am missing is a little bit of markings, especially with the front landing gear, but as always we only get that with Herpa Wings Club models. And then last but not least, we do also have the doors to the cargo compartments printed on here in the back side of the aircraft and here at the front of the aircraft. So there we have it, the Boeing 787-9 in the current livery of Saudia. And what can we say about this aircraft model? Overall, I think it is a decent model from Herpa Wings. The print quality is great, the details they have added, they have done so very well. The physical detailing I think is also decent. I don't think we can really complain about that. When all that is said, unfortunately I can't get rid of the feeling that Herpa is noticeably holding back on us when it comes to the amount of details on this model, because we have definitely seen way more details in models also from that time period. So that's a little bit of a downer. The other thing is, of course, the whole thing with the colors, if they've actually managed to add the correct color scheme or not. When I look at the image that Herpa provides, I think, yeah, they nailed it, but as soon as I look at images on the internet, then I start getting a little bit of doubts. Unfortunately, we don't have a second version of this model, so ultimately, if you want to have a Saudia 787-9 in scale 500, this is the only option you have. Now with that, we have reached the end of today's episode. If you have enjoyed this video, then don't forget to leave a like, that would be very much appreciated. And of course, if you are new around here, why not hit subscribe? That would be absolutely awesome. With that, I'd like to say thank you so much for watching. Hope to see you soon again. I'm checking out, and bye.